There's exactly one account in the entire American tax code where the IRS agrees not to tax you. 3 separate times. 3. And most people are using it as a glorified debit card for Band-Aids and copays.
And if you'd maxed it out and invested it for 30 years, that debit card could have grown to somewhere around $880,000. Almost all of it reachable, tax-free.
Okay, so what is this magical account, and why has nobody I know ever heard it described this way?
It's called a health savings account, an HSA. And the reason nobody describes it this way is kind of the whole story.
From Trek for Wealth, this is the podcast where we skip the panic and find the boring next move that actually builds wealth. I'm Avery.
And I'm Grant. Today, the strange little health account Congress built almost by accident and how it quietly became the single best retirement vehicle in America.
And I want to flag something right up front, because we're going to be honest about both sides today. This account is incredible for some people and genuinely the wrong move for others. We'll get to exactly who.
Right. This is not, everyone go sign up tomorrow. It's, here's the machine, here's how it works, here's how to know if it's for you. Because the people who do qualify are often leaving a fortune on the table without realizing it.
A glorified Band-Aid debit card.
When it could be a stealth Roth IRA with an extra tax break stapled on top. Let's get into it.
So Grant, take me back. Where does an account like this even come from?
It starts with a man named John Goodman, not the actor, an economist. Early 1990s, Goodman is sitting across from a congressman named Bill Archer, who chaired the powerful House Ways and Means Committee.
The Tax Writing Committee.
The Tax Writing Committee. And Goodman sketches him a diagram. Simple idea. What if you paired a cheaper, high-deductible insurance plan with a personal savings account the person actually owns? You cover the small stuff yourself, insurance covers the catastrophes, and whatever you don't spend is yours to keep.
So instead of use it or lose it, it's save it and it's yours.
That was the radical part. Goodman had been pushing the idea since 1984, even helped launch a version of it in South Africa that took off. People started calling him the father of the HSA. But here in the States, the idea crawled.
Why?
Politics and budgets. The first real attempt came in 1996, the Archer MSA, a medical savings account named for that same congressman. But Congress hedged, restricted it to the self-employed and tiny companies, capped how many could exist, made it clunky.
How clunky are we talking?
In the entire experiment, only about 150,000 were ever opened. In a country of hundreds of millions, it basically flopped.
So how do we get from a flopped experiment to the best account in America?
December 8, 2003. President George W. Bush signs a giant Medicare overhaul, the one mostly remembered for adding prescription drug coverage. And buried inside that bill, almost as a footnote, is a brand new section of the tax code, Section 223, the Health Savings Account.
It rode in on a Medicare bill?
As an amendment, the White House actually wanted something bigger, a universal account anyone could use. Congress got nervous about the cost and watered it down. And here's the irony, Avery. In watering it down, they accidentally turned it into something else entirely.
Meaning what?
They were trying to build a cheaper insurance card. What they actually built, by letting the money roll over forever, letting it be invested, never forcing you to spend it, was a retirement account in disguise.
Huh. So the history of the HSA is really the history of an accident.
A very lucrative accident. They reached for an insurance fix and stumbled into the only triple tax-free account in the entire code.
Okay, let's actually break down this triple thing, because that's the headline. 3 tax breaks. Walk me through them.
Picture 3 doors where the government normally stands with its hand out. Door 1. The money goes in. Your contribution is tax deductible. It lowers your taxable income that same year, like a traditional 401k.
One tax dodged, going in.
Door 2. The money grows. Inside the account, you can invest it, index funds, the whole thing. And every dollar of growth, every dividend, every capital gain, never taxed, like a Roth.
So that's the trick. It behaves like a traditional account on the way in and a Roth on the way out?
That's door 3. The money comes out, and if you spend it on a qualified medical expense, that withdrawal is also tax-free. No other account does all 3. Not the 401k, not the Roth, not the traditional IRA. The HSA is the only one that wins at every door.
And the 2026 numbers. How much can people actually put in?
For 2026, $4,400 if you have self-only coverage, $8,750 for a family. 55 or older, you add another $1,000 on top as a catch-up.
And there's a catch to even getting one, right?
This is the gatekeeper. You have to be enrolled in a qualifying high-deductible health plan. For 2026, that means a deductible of at least $1,700 for an individual, $3,400 for a family.
Here's a fresh wrinkle, though. Didn't the eligibility just get wider this year?
It did. As of January 1st, 2026, certain Affordable Care Act marketplace plans, the bronze and catastrophic tiers, now count as HSA eligible, which means millions of people who buy their own insurance just became able to open one for the first time.
So this conversation is suddenly relevant to a much bigger audience than it was a year ago.
That's exactly why we're doing it now.
So if it's this powerful, what's everybody doing wrong?
They treat it like a checking account. Money goes in, money comes right back out for the copay, the prescription, the urgent care visit. The balance just hovers around enough for a doctor's appointment. And critically, they leave it sitting in cash, earning almost nothing.
Instead of investing it.
Instead of investing it. The magic isn't the account, it's the account plus time plus the market. Leave it in cash, and you've got a tax-advantaged piggy bank. Invest it and walk away, and you've got that $800,000 machine from the top of the show.
And there's this receipt trick I keep hearing planners get excited about. Explain that one, because it sounds almost too clever.
This is my favorite part. There is no time limit on reimbursing yourself. None. So, say you pay a $400 medical bill out of your checking account today. You save the receipt. You let the HSA keep growing, invested, for 20 years. Then one day you pull out that old receipt and reimburse yourself, tax-free, for that $400.
Even though the bill was from 2 decades ago.
Even though it was 20 years ago. The receipt is basically a coupon for a tax-free withdrawal you get to redeem whenever you want.
So the receipt sitting in your shoebox is a tax-free withdrawal you just haven't taken yet.
That's the whole strategy in one sentence. People literally call it the shoebox. Pay out of pocket, hoard receipts, let the money compound, cash them in decades later when you need it most.
Okay, I promised we'd be honest about both sides, so let's do the hard part. Who is this not for?
Really important question. To get the HSA, you have to take on a high deductible plan. And a high deductible means if something goes wrong, you're paying a lot out of pocket before insurance kicks in. If you don't have an emergency fund, if a $3,400 deductible would wreck you, then chasing the tax break can backfire badly.
This connects straight back to episode 8. You can't do the fancy move if you're living paycheck to paycheck with no buffer.
Exactly. And critics make a real argument here. High deductible plans can push people to skip care they actually need because they're scared of the bill. And the triple tax benefit is worth more to high earners in high brackets than to someone barely getting by. There's a fairness critique that this rewards the wealthy and the healthy.
And the defenders say what?
That it's the only account giving ordinary people real ownership of their health dollars. The money is theirs. It follows them between jobs. And used right, it's the most efficient retirement tool in the code. Both things are true at once. It's a fantastic machine. And it's the wrong machine if you can't safely carry the high deductible.
So the move isn't everyone do this. It's figure out which person you are first.
That's the boring, honest next sentence. Yes.
All right, let's make this actionable. The Trek for Wealth moves. Where do we start?
Move 1. Find out if you even qualify, and if you do, open the account. Check your health plan. Is it a true HSA-eligible high-deductible plan? $1,700 individual, $3,400 family deductible minimum for 2026. And remember that new ACA bronze and catastrophic eligibility. If you qualify, open an HSA at a low-cost provider with real investment options. You don't have to use the one your employer pushes.
Move 2.
Stop treating it like a debit card. Invest the balance. Keep a small cash cushion for near-term bills if you want, and put everything above that into a simple, low-cost index fund. This is the single move that turns a piggy bank into a wealth engine.
Move 3. The shoebox.
If your cash flow can handle it, pay current medical bills out of pocket and let the HSA grow untouched. Save every receipt. A photo in a folder on your phone is plenty. You're banking tax-free withdrawals for the future.
Move 4.
Fund it the smart way and prioritize it correctly. If your employer lets you contribute through payroll, do that. You skip an extra 7.65% in payroll taxes on top of the income tax break. And in the savings pecking order, first capture your full 401k employer match. That's episode 11. Never leave free money on the table. But after the match, the HSA's triple tax break often beats putting the next dollar in your 401k.
So it's match first, then HSA, then back to the 401k.
For a lot of people, yes. The HSA earns a spot near the front of the line.
And move 5.
Plan the Medicare handoff. Once you enroll in Medicare, usually at 65, you can no longer contribute, so stop contributions before then to avoid penalties. But here's the gift. After 65, the HSA loosens up. You can pull money out for any reason and just pay ordinary income tax, no penalty, exactly like a traditional IRA. And it stays fully tax-free for medical costs, including most Medicare premiums.
So worst case, at 65, it's at least as good as a regular retirement account. Best case, it's better.
It literally cannot be worse than a traditional IRA after 65. That's a rare thing to be able to say about any account.
Bring it home for me, Grant.
Back in 2003, Congress thought it was tweaking insurance. It reached for a cheaper health card and, almost by accident, built the only account in America that dodges taxes 3 times over. For 20-some years, it sat there, mislabeled, treated like a place to park copay money. The people who saw it for what it really was, a retirement account wearing a health plan costume, quietly turned it into one of the most powerful tools they own. You don't have to predict where healthcare costs are going or where the market's going to use it. You just have to recognize the machine for what it is and let time do the work. Preparing without predicting, always.
The best retirement account in America has been hiding in plain sight, inside a health plan, for 2 decades. Now you know where to look. That's Trek for Wealth. Keep keep trekking.